Hello and welcome, I'm Mystical, this is Mystical Gaming, we're back into Watcher of Realms, and today we're going to have a quick look at Tales of the Smith. Why do we do it? Well, we get some summoning crystals, that's essentially it, and you've got to level gear up anyway, so you may as well tie one in with the other and get some points out of it. The best way to do it is to do your mythical artifacts. If you've got them, absolutely brilliant. If you haven't, then you'll probably have to do your legendaries, but the process is much the same. But I essentially do my mythical artifacts, and I generally hold on to a couple of them, or all of them, until now. There's a Smith's event on every few days. They're very regular. It doesn't mean that you're holding on masses of gear. So my gear I hold on to until there is a Smith's event, and when there is, I then go and have a good look at it and see if I can sort it out. And I sort of pick various areas to do. So if I've got some ancients to do, then I will go and roll up the ancients. So here's the first ancient, and it's oh great, no attack percentage, no crit rate. Oh, okay, right. HP percent, defense percent, crit damage, flat defense. Let's do it well. Tanky piece. So HP and defense. Yeah, there we go. Crit damage roll was bad, but we don't particularly want it anyway. So that would do to boost someone's HP and defense. Fine. Now I move along, and then the any ancients I've got, I roll them up pretty much straight away, and we see what we're going to get out of them. There we go. Places set, HP percent, and full-on attack bonus as well. Happy with that. That is a proper little bonus. Tempered Will, don't know much about it. Tier 3 item, more of a tanky piece, and it's got HP on it. So that's a result. Let's roll it up and see what we get out of that as well then. And then essentially I just go through my ancients, roll them up, and then collect the points from there anyway. So it's just a matter of holding them on for a couple of days. Now, healing effect. Not love it. Well, I do like healing effect. I think healing effect is a great stat. I just think it's not brilliant as a main stat. Wouldn't use it, I don't think, as a main stat. Crit damage, yeah, attack percentage, crit rate, absolutely fantastic. Didn't roll those two, obviously, but there we go. Beggars can't be choosers. But it's a relatively nice rolled up piece. And then what have we got here? Happy days. Soulbound Arcana set, ancient, absolutely brilliant. Chuck him into 16 to see what we get, and we get 418 points. And we've got a nice piece there full of loads of good substats as well. Absolutely brilliant. Happy with that piece. Right. So just for holding on to my ancients, let's go and have a look at where we ended up. So realistically, we've just rolled up our ancients, and we have got, we are what, just under a third of the way through it. So we've got 2,900 points, we need 6,500. Let's go and get the rest of them. So is there anything you get rid of blind? Now by that I mean without even looking at it. So for example, my flat attack, HP and defense sold off blind, didn't even look at them. Now is there anything you do? Oh, quick word of warning on that. Make sure you select the right hand side. Because if you don't and you select everything there, your weapon and your breastplate both come with flat attack and flat HP, so you would select them. So make sure you just select the things on the right. Otherwise that's going to go very wrong for you. So is there anything else that you select blind that you just get rid of? So for example, this is what I'd class as a healing set. So if I have a look at it, I think, well, which bits am I going to get rid of straight away before I do anything else? I would get rid of the flat stat stuff. I can't heal with defense percent, so that's absolutely useless. And crit rate and crit damage, I can't crit as a healer. So that's all I want from it, is these stats, and then I can just, well, I've got one item there, I can select that and we can get rid of it. That's my theory. So is there anything else that you get rid of absolutely blind? So for example, what else have we got here? Mana Spring, for example. Do you get rid of that blind if it doesn't have Rage Regen as a substat? So it gives Rage Regen, you'd probably want more of it, so that's the idea behind it. So would you get rid of it if it didn't have it as a substat or a main stat? So just those sort of options, really. Just sort of curious on what people actually get rid of without even looking at it. I suppose it does depend on where your account is. So for me, I would still I still keep and roll up stuff that has attack and crit rate. Other people might want more stats out of their stuff. Right, so I will select an area that I wish to focus on. So today I'm going to select some of my right hand pieces solely because the last Oracle's trial was based on the right hand side. If it had been based on the left hand side pieces, I'd select something different. So this time I'm just going to do the attacky sort of pieces, and we'll see where we go from there. Now I want attack percentage on my stuff, and I want crit rate on my stuff. That is where my account is. Your account, you may want other things on there as well. You may say, for example, well, I want crit rate and I want crit damage, or you may say I want attack speed, or there are other things that you may require on there. But for me, as a minimum, I am fairly minimalistic in what I require on my account at the moment. So for me, attack percentage, and I want crit rate on there. So terrible roll, won't ever see that piece again, and I just start rolling these bits up to 4. So if I get a piece that rolls into the third block, so that's gone into the third block, I will then have a look at it and say, well, actually I'll roll that up to 12 and then see how it goes. And rolling your mythics up to 12 is generically where you get the most, I think, gold for points value out of it. And then if I want to keep it, I then roll it up to the 16 and think we'll give it a whirl. It's rolled over 20%, so that's absolutely fantastic, because 5 pieces at 20% crit rate gives you your 100% crit rate. So that's why I like to have crit rate on my attacking pieces, and I don't like to keep pieces that have main stat of crit rate. I think you can make it up in the substats, so that's what I tend to do. But your account, you do whatever suits you and whatever you think is the best way ahead. And that's about it really. I now just go through everything I can find that meets this minimum requirement, and I pick off various items that I'm going to do at the time. So if I want to pick off the left hand side, for example, I might want to go through all of my Warlord, Swift, Might and Calamity set. That's the other one, isn't it? And the Calamity piece, I might want to go over those and say, well, actually this time I'm going to pick up that pieces. And you don't have to go over that many pieces realistically, rolling them from up to 4, and then if it rolls well, roll it up to the 12, and if you still think it's worth keeping, push it up to the 16. I'm quite lazy with what I do. I don't really worry about rolling it up to the 8, and if it's still rolling well, go for it. I literally go, if it's rolled into the third block, then there's a possibility it can roll well, I will roll it up. But I'm essentially looking for, the items I'm looking for are for the attack percentage and the crit rate. That's where my account is. If it's got other stats on there, that's brilliant, but that's not a must for me. I have gear that is a lot worse than that. I have gear fitted to champion, so that crit rate isn't so high on there. So getting these other stats and getting a decent crit rate and attack percentage, that's where I'm sitting at the moment. But again, you'll have to do whatever suits for you. And this is just solely as a way to either sort of cleanse a lot of the gear that I've got, and also you may as well time it in with getting some points and you get free rewards as well. So it's a win-win for you. So there we go, finishing on pretty much a high, really nice piece there. We're happy with that. Now if I come out, I can then have a look at how well I've done, and that is it done. That is essentially it done. It's nice and easy to get this out the way, and you get 3 summoning shards, and you get to cleanse off some of your gear. So afterwards I can go in and I can look at all the stuff that I've done, and I can look at actually selling everything that I haven't rolled up to 16. So it's not strictly true. Make sure that you select just the bits that you've done. So for me, I would select those bits, those items there, and I would select the attack percentage stuff, for example, and then I would go through it, select it all, tick off the ones that I've rolled to 16 because I don't want to get rid of those, and also the items that I've rolled to 12 I would keep as well because some of them I might use. So for this item here, I've rolled it up to 12. It's not fantastic. I didn't roll it up to 16, but I'll keep it. There might be an amulet short somewhere on a set, and the bonus might work for me, so I'll keep that. But essentially, I can look through to see what I want to sell, but making sure before I hit the sell button, I select the primary stats that I rolled with, because otherwise I'm deleting nearly 460 items there. I hope you found this video useful and a bit of a short little guide into Tales of the Smith and what we do and how we look after it and that sort of thing. So I essentially wait for my gear to roll up until such time as Tales of the Smith is on. Okay, see you in the video again tomorrow where we'll look at GVG defense, and I'm going to set up my defense and you can attack it if you like, and we'll see how we do in a couple of days. Right, thanks for your time. Oh, give me the old thumbs up, like and subscribe, and that would help me out massively. And we will be building our Semran team as well soon. And that's about it. Right, cheers, goodbye.